Trenton, New Jersey at 29 years old. Point one underway.
Point.
And a simple pass for Leigh Waters. You can see the athleticism from Rodriguez early. She had to work her way through the draw to get here. Took out Hannah Blatt in 3 in the round of 64. Got a walkover. Lauren Stratman withdrawing.
You could see Leigh here early. She's playing someone she's never played. Kind of, you got to feel out your opponent, see what their strengths are, see what their weaknesses are.
3-0. Point.
How do you approach feeling out your opponents? Where do you,
4-0.
assuming target the backhand typically first?
No, not necessarily. I mean, you ask around. How about this point?
Side out.
You might ask around a little bit. Hey, have you played this person?
Timeout, server.
You would have maybe seen,
1 minute.
Some of their matches in the past, but you just really...
To just 13 losses at 18 years old. Only 13 losses. Crazy
Time
to
in.
think. She's been dominating
0-4.
at such a young age.
Side out.
That just shows how mentally tough she is at a young age. Most men or women, 16, 15, 16, 17, when she's playing a lot of these events.
4-0.
The fact that she's mentally engaged every single time she walks on the court is the most impressive thing about her game, in my opinion.
Point.
Ball was called clean right off the sideline. Waters breezing her way
5-0.
through game one. A well-oiled machine comes up on the approach, closes on the overhead, and is now averaging a point per minute so far to start.
And this is what she does, and we said it yesterday,
6-0.
you mentioned it earlier, she kind of has to. She's really the only one in this sport that plays singles, doubles, mixed doubles, all three every single day.
And making it to finals in every single division.
Right, exactly.
So it's compounding reps at the top, which can benefit you with those high-level repetition.
7-0.
But it's a lot of wear and tear on the body, too.
Yeah, time on court per match, it's a small number, but total time in court as for a tournament, it's a big number, and you want that number to be big. That means you're winning a lot of matches, and you're going deep in these events.
Beautiful volley there from Ariana Rodriguez. Another look at it here. A nice touch to the play. Needs a little more of that against Waters. Nicely done. Beautiful setup from Rodriguez. She's on the board in game one.
And you can tell Rodriguez, she's crafty. That's 2 backhand volleys in a row with some kind of good underspin, keeping the ball low. She's getting Leigh Waters on the run. It's got to feel good for her to get that 0 off the scoreboard by her name.
1-7.
Backwards hat swag, too.
Side out.
And the opening. That cut volley is, or excuse me, cut backhand has been a tool for Ariana.
7-1. Side out.
Rare loose air from Leigh Waters.
1-7.
Rodriguez will gladly accept those in this match.
Takes the ball out of the air in the transition area and finds a winner out of it.
And you can tell when Leigh Waters hits that volley, it's not a tennis volley. The bottom part of the paddle is not under it. She's going after that volley almost like a topspin forehand. That's one of the major differences between tennis and pickleball.
She can whip it. Uses her full body to get behind it. 8-1 lead now for Waters.
8-1. Point.
And Anna Leigh from the baseline, it's not often that she takes anything off the ball, right? She steps
9-1.
into these drives, these forehands, these backhands, and goes after it every time.
Point. Game point. 10-1.
Game point for Waters. Good
Point
attempt.
game.
It's into the net
Out
though, and
changes.
Waters runs away with game one. 10 minutes chime. 11 points on the board for. Beautiful point again for Waters. Baseline grind, gets to the net first. Finds the open corner.
1-0.
So smart in when she chooses to approach too. Doesn't wait for the
Point.
perfect chance necessarily, but takes the chance.
Yeah, exactly. If you're her opponent, you leave the ball a little bit short. She recognizes it so quickly.
But even on that shot, they give relatively deep ball, and Waters is still finding a play on it to even advance forward. She doesn't give you anything to work with.
3-0. Point.
Good effort from Rodriguez. That's what she has to do. She has to try to find her way into the net before Anna Leigh Waters. Obviously much easier said than done, but if she's gonna have a shot, she's gotta try.
Point.
How about that? You know she's having fun, right? When you start seeing that shot, you're in a good space. You know, you wonder, does Anna Leigh, she probably does, but who has the guts to hit that at all in a game three?
Point.
And these put away volleys from Anna Leigh, they're hit so clean. She swings through them. Again, they're not tennis volleys. She's going at it. She's using her body. Her weight's going forward. And it's just a good, clean, almost more of a backhand swinging volley than it is a kind of short, compact volley.
I mean, you really think about it. She's been playing this sport since she was 11, so 7 years of full dedication. Went pro in soccer, but decided pickleball was the road for her, and a wise choice. It's proven to be years later. 8-0 the damage.
Upsets that really jump out to me. I do feel like that
Time
bottom
in.
half, Anna Leigh
8-0.
Waters in the top half got her going through the finals. That bottom half is strong, though. There's a lot of talent. I could see a handful of different ladies coming through that bottom part of the draw. Good point out of the timeout from Rodriguez.
She's got a good support system over there on her bench.
0-8.
Cut volley is dangerous. Your cut backhand, excuse me.
And I love hearing the come on from her, right? Down 11-1, 8-0. She's still fighting. Again, gets the 0 off her name, which is always good. And if you're her too, you got to enjoy this moment, right? You get to play on center court against the greatest who's played the game, and she's only 18. But it's got to be a fun moment that you got to enjoy regardless of the scoreline.
Came up through qualifiers. And exciting too, you know, I mean, it's still the beginning of Ariana's journey. Earned her right to be here. When you get through the qualifiers, you're like, okay, I've battled my way through several matches to be here today. Get on center court. It's a good measuring stick.
Well, all of a sudden, she's reeled off 3 points in a row. Let's see Anna Leigh frustrated. got a timeout from Waters.
Okay, she doesn't wait long.
These stands are packed.
Ooh, the run will end there. Waters gets the serve back, but a great spark of momentum for Ariana Rodriguez, the 48 seed.
8-4.
And that volley is so smart from Leigh Waters. Rodriguez did a good job of actually getting a ball down at Leigh Waters' toes, and you can see Leigh just calmly gets the paddle down, places it up the line, and kind of lives for another ball.
And then just makes the follow-up shot look easy at match point.
Match point.
Wow, Waters finishes it off in dominating form, 11-1, 11-4. Off to the quarterfinals she goes, 22 minutes. For you, Leigh, as we welcome you to the broadcast now alongside Sam Querrey. I'm Michelle McMahon. Leigh, instead of going home between events, Tucson and here, you decided to stay out in the desert. How do you make a place feel like home when you're on the road for such a long time?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, first of all, we decided to stay not only because we love it here in Arizona. We actually have a lot out here that we were planning on building a house on, but it's taken a while. So, but yeah, I just think honestly the air out here is really different than Florida. Ball flies differently, so going home for a week and training in different conditions just didn't seem like the right thing to do, especially taking that long flight home and then back again. It just sounded crazy. So we decided to rent some Airbnbs out here. I think that's one thing that helps it feel like home, is just renting an Airbnb, because I travel with my family. So I got my mom, dad, Airbnb, feels like home. I'm pretty used to it by now. So I think it's honestly more of the people around you that make it feel like home than just being at home.
Leigh, there's a chance you play your doubles partner, Catherine, in the quarterfinals if she gets through her next round. You guys have obviously played a handful of times before. Is that awkward when you have to play your good friend and doubles partner in a singles match?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've been playing Catherine in singles since I was like 12 years old. So I've had many years of playing against her. We obviously respect each other's game very much. When we're on the court, sometimes it's tough. You know, I got to be like, all right, Catherine, you're not my friend today. And she says the same thing. But I don't know. I think we have a lot of respect for each other. So when we go out on the court, we know whatever's business on the court is business. And then off the court, we're back to being friends and doubles partners. But I love seeing Catherine succeed. So I really hope she wins this next match. And yeah, maybe you'll see a battle between us tomorrow.
And Leigh, a few new faces at the bench, at least for us, alongside your mom and dad, who's joining you in support today.
Yeah, for sure. I have Eric with us. He's the guy who drives the bus around and gets us to the tournaments. He also helps me with a lot of different things at the events. We love Eric. He makes my life easier on the tour. He's also one of my dad's friends, so it works out. It's really nice to have him on board. The other one's Big H. He says he was the first Big H before Hayden. But he's awesome. We met him down here in Arizona, and for my birthday, he got me like a different, every flavor of bundt cakes. So after last tournament, like while I was watching the Super Bowl, I was like trying different bundt cakes and seeing which flavor I like the best. Chocolate's my favorite, BT Dubs. But yeah, he's awesome, and he actually brought me a cake to this tournament that I'm waiting to eat until the end of the event. So if you bring me cake, you can sit on my bench.
Oh, well, love it. Okay, note to self, be careful. You're going to get a lot of inquiries there and probably a lot more prom date asks as well. Leigh, congratulations. Moving on to the quarterfinals. We're going to step aside for just a moment, too. Coming up next, Christian Elshon taking on